What's up, guys? Chasing Lamey here with episode number 66 of the journey, and a very small confession. This wasn't supposed to be episode 66, it was supposed to be episode 67. And then I realised I forgot to turn the microphone on, and I've already made too many saves to go back. It's fine. We'll give you a quick catch up, and then we'll talk about what's going on. Because there's big old news in the save, and ultimately what happened in the original episode 66 might be of limited consequence going forward. So, like, subscribe, ring the bell, I'll talk you through what's going on. So, we last met in this game against Cardiff Corridors that we beat them 6-3. You then played Carmarthen, lost 2-0. I had a bunch of players who were asking for football, so I thought, you know what, we'll give them more football. Carmarthen are having a great season so far, and not one of them put in a performance. It was great. We then played Barry Tower and drew 3-3. Bit of a backwards and forwards game, where honestly, just the defence again fell apart. Josh Thomas, Diane Giassimi, and one pen on the score sheet. In what should have been episode 66, we beat Afan Lido in the quarter-final of the Nathaniel NG Cup. Taylor Rich and Josh Thomas were also switched to the 4-3-3 that we used in with Watson, just because we couldn't buy a good result on a consistent basis. So I tried something out that was more reliable for me. We beat Ballard Town 3-0 in the league with 10-3 over Femi and Morrill scoring. We then beat Colwyn Bay 6-0 in the league, goals from Mackley, Morrill, JSM over Femi, McDonald and Richards. And then we've just lost 2-1 to Clanswick Major in the league, with John McDonald scoring. And basically, we're blaming Callum Mackley because he was terrible and Mason Terry didn't win his time loss to the game. But this could be our last game coming up in charge of Gresford of starting the game already, because we've been offered a job interview by Wealdstone after that. Oh, I want to say Wealdstone, it's Wealdstone. A London club in the Conference South. The Conference South. Which sounds like it's a step down, but I think in terms of reputation, I think the leagues are about far apart in terms of their reputation. I've got to look at the continental reputation. I don't think the leagues are far apart. Let's filter this just to make it a bit easier, because otherwise we'll be looking for days. So now look, the Welsh Premier is, yes, several places above the National League North and South, but we have to look at this from the point of view of realism. And if we go back to Wealdstone, we'll find out that their assistant manager, currently the caretaker manager, is being paid £24,500 a year. The club is in better financial shape, and also being in London, I don't know why it's not showing the detail. Being in London, I said twice, like it's in London, will probably mean we can attract better players and do more. They are a semi-professional team, but I don't think without qualifying for Europe we can get to professional with Gresford where we are. Like I said, they're paying their manager £24,500 a year. We're currently earning $18,250 with a contract that expires at the end of the season. It might be a case that we can get the job and say, can we start at the end of the season? But with things as shaky as they are at Gresford, especially with the club vision, we are on a C+ with the board, and the supporters are giving us a C. Things are turning for the worst here in North Wales. So I'm going to take the interview. Hopefully we don't get sacked for taking the interview. So lovely blue king. We'll just see what they've got to say. So it's great to be here. Let's get started. I've got some reservations regarding the fact that you've never managed in this country. Can you explain why that should be an issue? I was just my experience in international football law that makes up for any shortfalls. I think, honestly, that's a pretty good... what impact do you think the role of international management will have on your professional duties? I believe I'm capable of managing both teams to high standards. Would you believe you're handling up the media have been mediocre at best? I haven't received any complaints. Or if it's hard to manage your club's finances, well, honestly, because there wasn't much I could do about it. I'm going to see that I'm handling situations better than that going forward. Been involved into media controversies such, you know, about one support your players. Opening safe with press articles about that happening here. There'll be no trouble with progression going forward. Are you willing to ensure she do a better job of managing a good first atmosphere than the previous managers did? I promise to ensure a strong and positive dressing room atmosphere. That'll be what I get fired for. You watch. Our previous manager didn't build the best relationship supporters. Yeah, we'll deal with supporters. And we're happy with where we are right now. We're so capable of taking us to the next level. I will say I believe in our reputation sufficiently off that I probably do. I don't want to say I do. Earlier struggles need to make wholesale check. No, that's probably not the answer. That's 15th in the Conference South. I think overachievement, guys. No, I just think I don't expect the bad to get done. That's a maybe. I think the club is doing pretty much everything expected. But let's say I've got enough about me advantage to get that done as part of the recruiting process. I don't want to make that. Let's say I don't want to make any changes right now. Once it's different players using the club view system, that's fine because I've got to try and do anyway. Well, the wage budget is something that I try and do. Grow the club reputation. If you try that. Once a mid-table finish and to reach the FA Cup proper. The FA Cup proper should be done at this stage in the season. Let's say I'm happy working with those proposals. Higher players to finish mid-table. Whether it's able to consider keeping on the roll. Should we be relegated? It'd be better than that. I think we can finish in the top half. What is transfer budget? We'll go with that. And reach budget of nearly £500,000. I am very happy to work with that. I don't want to make any demands. We'll see what they say. We'll carry on forward. I'll come back if we get an offer or if we find ourselves at the game against Goytre United in the Welsh Cup. Okay, so no news on the job just yet, so we can go straight into our cup game against Goytre United. We're going to go full strength for this one because I'm not sure how much I trust the cup. So we're going to go with Terry, Flatland, Fieldson, Mackley and Hemprey at the back. Clark, Primus and McDonald in midfield. Jaesme, Richard and Thomas up top. We've got Lewis, Slade, Wolfshaw, Chapman, Obafemi. I've just realised I can't have 2 extra subs. So we're going to buy a new signing in Cuban a Bow. Because he can play almost anywhere. I think that's probably going to be something that comes up useful. And we'll stick James Norris on the bench as well. Because I know I can rely on him. Henry Fieldson's not in fact, just realised. Come back, but Henry Field, James Norris there. I can go back to having Yuan. I didn't have Yuan paying in the squad. That's not good enough. I should have paid more attention. Well, I was so interested in the Worldston job, I wasn't paying attention to what was going on there. Where has he gone? Oh, he's gone up top. That's not what I wanted to do. Good stuff. Been doing this recently. I don't know why. Answers on a postcard, all that stuff. Right, let's go with that. Yuan Peng on the left wing. And hopefully good things will happen. We've got a couple of players lacking match fitness. But I'm not overly stressed by that. I think we'll get through it just about all right. But we'll get the game underway in a second. And hopefully a good result is about to come our way. Into the dressing room, I say we're favourites for a reason, but they'll make sure that I left in no doubt as to why, and we'll do a bunch of pointy thing to do your job kind of stuff, because honestly, we should be beating a team like Goytre, or I think are in the tier below us. We should be beating them 4 or 5-0 quite easily, especially at home. But it's the cup. Anything can happen in the cup, and we'll see how things shape out. Of course, we could be coming back after this game for the last time as Gresford manager and heading for Wealdstone. I'm going to get used to that. Still should be Wealdstone in my head. But we're going to get right. Wealdstone, I actually looked up how to pronounce it too, which is embarrassing because it's not far in real terms. I don't know what, 70 miles from where I grew up. But even so, I had no idea. So we're on the way. And let's see if we can at least sign off Phil Gresford with a win if we're going to be leaving. As McDonald picks up the ball from the throw, back to Mackley and forward to McDonald. McDonald finds Primus, finds Yuan Peng, who will take the sweet toe, plays it out wide to Flatland down the flank and into the box. And Penny gets in there very bravely to make the save. And I've told there's one of our ex-players playing for them as well. We'll look out for him when he comes up, because there was a bunch of press questions about it as Dillon picked up all over. I'm worried, but that's not Gary Dillon from Wroxham, so I shouldn't worry too much. As Eli cracks it off the bar and it goes over. It's Callum Wood used to play for us, and apparently we didn't part well, but I don't remember him at all. So it was apparently a lot more traumatic for him than it was for me. As Primus plays it across to Clark to McDonald. McDonald goes in for Thomas, and Josh Thomas gets the goal. And the lino is singless. I know we're not supposed to call them linos anymore, but he is. He was signaling for offside, and it's going to be disallowed, unfortunately. Free kick, Josh Thomas lining up, and Josh Thomas is quite lethal from a free kick, as we know. So we'll keep you able to score this one. Has a pop, and Penny pushes it just wide. Unfortunately, we're going to encourage the boys head up this corner if we can. It's probably not going to take. So let's hope we score, and we'll work out from there. It's come off Penny. This lad Penny in goal is having a really good game as Yuan Peng picks up the ball, and we'll keep an eye out on Penny as a player to look for. Formerly of Aberystwyth and Millwall. We'll have a little look at him after the game, just in case someone might want to have a scout on. As Aylward goes forward, Ellis back to Aylward, to Jones with a pop from range, and just goes wide. So we've survived another one. We'll have a look at Albert Penny at today, because it's been impressive so far as Primus picks up the ball. This tackled by Davis to Ellis. Ellis win all the time in the world because we don't tackle. Mooney going forward, back to Davis. Davis over the top, we're fouling this one in the air, and Hemfrey does win, well, this one in the air, wins it on his foot, but Jones gets the shots away. Owen Jones just over the bar. We are looking weirdly impotent in this game so far, considering this should be a team we are able to beat. I don't know if Nude has put out into the dressing room that we've been for this job in London the day before, but yeah, they're not doing what we usually expect to do, which is interesting. Thomas across the box to Jayesimi. Jayesimi, couple of touches, and across the box, had that pop in fact, and apparently Wood almost scored an own goal, and amongst all that, Penny now with the ball, looking for presumably a kick, goes deep. Can we get this one in the air? Flatman's got his head to it. Jayesimi, and he will cut inside over the top, looking for Yuan Peng. Peng into the box. Peng won the shots, and Yuan Peng, Player of the Month in Wales, last month incidentally, scores a fine goal after I almost forgot to pick him. And we're going to praise the boys because they're fighting on the trophy. Hopefully it'll make them happy, and so we can carry on with our progress in this cup as well. Because if we are going to stick around, we're going to try and win everything, of course. But, it's 50-50. It's all at the whims of the Wealdstone board. And they came to us, remember? We didn't go to them. So, hopefully we've said the right things. They'll do us a good job off that. And it is going to come down to the money. If the money isn't as good as we're earning, or it's significantly better than we're earning at Gresford, then we're probably going to say that, especially because we're going to be moving from Wrexham to London. The price of housing's going to go up. We need to bear that in mind. I don't want to keep the Benin job forever, because it's propping us up financially as a person, an avatar in the game. We're being very much propped up by what we're earning with Benin. If they said, "Thus, you've got to give up the Benin job," like, "Buddy, you want me to live in London? I need to be earning some money." Yeah, let's not rely on that. Flatman to Primus. Primus across the box, looking for Yuan Peng with a header off the crossbar. Davis gets it clear. Didn't get a chance to double our lead. The match momentum we are absolutely dominant on, but not going to pretend we're doing a great job of actually, going forward to win this game. And I keep praising the boys, but it really is the two winners holding us together in this game so far. Free kick for Goytre, and it's Davis going forward. We've picked up with Slade, one of the subs has come on. Hawkshaw will also come on, as have Lewis, Richards, and Obafemi. So we've freshened things up a little bit. Just taking a few players off who were not necessarily giving it their all. Murray picks the ball for Goytre out wide for Drake Thomas, who will look to get it crossover, finds the ball back to Murray, who pops from range. That's bounced off everything and gone in, and I think that came off Lewis. I think Lewis was the man who gave them the deflection. We'll have a look on the replay. Because Drake Thomas picks it up here, cuts it back for Murray, who sort of steps up, takes a couple of touches, comes off Lewis, beats Terry, hits the post, and then just sneaks in behind the other post. And safe to say, we're in a slightly trickier situation than we thought we might end up in this game. And I don't know if there's replays or extra time or what in the Welsh Cup, because it's been a long time since I've watched the Welsh Cup on TV, and a long time since I remember playing it in FM. So we'll see how this shapes out. There's only 85 people being kept here in this game. There are no more subs available. We're going to encourage the boys, and if I have to make extra time subs, I'm fully prepared to do it. I don't 1-6 and 1 extra on that top. I don't think I've got another striker on the bench. Hopefully this will lead to something. Slade to Primus. Primus with a cross. Yuan Payne trying to get in on the back post, beaten by Penny, but it's going to be a late penalty, and hopefully this will lead to something. It's Taylor Richards stepping up. He scored in our last cup game. Hopefully he can score from the spot here. He does. And squeaky bum win for us in the dying embers of the game in injury time. And, well, Taylor Richards has a chance to essentially become a hero from the spot. Puts it through, and if this is our last game in charge, we are going to bow out with a win. But unless I get an answer from Wealdstone in the post-match, we're going to have to find out next episode what's happening. What are lads, we were at our best, but we got the result in the fair reflection of things. We're going to let the processing do its processing. I'll come back in the inbox in just a second for you, because hopefully we'll have some news. So, no news post-match, which we're actually going back with Benin in the next episode. Failing our results, if we get the job between now and the next Benin game, we'll do that. I'll start clicking in the right places. But yeah, we'll come back and we'll talk about what's happening, do a little rundown of the new club if it looks like we're going, or I'll tell you at the start of the next episode if we're not going, based on what. But we've got Morocco next up for Benin, a World Cup qualifier. We had then got Tanzania in the game after that, and looking at how things are shaking out, we haven't played any games yet. We should be the favourite in this group, though. It should be us or Morocco going through. It's a bit tighter, but I think there's a second place playoff table. There is. So we might be able to sneak into a World Cup. I think, all said and done, we'll probably leave Benin after the World Cup, so hopefully our club career is in a slightly better position after that, because, yeah, I think we've done everything we can with Benin, to be quite honest. So, let's wrap the episode up. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, be chasing away and hit the like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. And until next time, stay safe and have a good night.